battling the drug epidemic is understanding what it is. It's addiction. And while many want to argue that addiction is a personal choice, most experts say it's anything but. WSBT 22's Kristen Bean found the general consensus among psychiatrists and counselors is that addiction is a brain disease.
For many, addiction starts with a choice. A person chooses to use that drug the first time. But some are genetically predisposed to addiction. It's why one person can try alcohol or drugs and be fine, while another falls into the trap of addiction. Experts say for those who are predisposed to addiction, that drug changes the brain so they no longer have a choice.
Where are we going to write it at? Right here?
Okay. Melissa Greer didn't almost lose her life.
Yes! I just got a bag like I normally would.
She died. Her heart stopped beating when she overdosed.
My son found me dead. Like that's something like they can't ever come back from. They're always gonna have that image.
Greer's war on drugs has been with herself.
It like got to the point where like I didn't want to feel anymore. Don't be scared. I gotcha. I gotcha.
It started early. Experimenting as a teen turned into using meth, then came the pills and eventually heroin. She was a single mom dealing with demons she couldn't fight.
I lost my job, my kids, my family. Like I managed to lose everything. Do we need napkins?
And even then, Greer says, her addiction controlled her.
It's like actually not a choice at that one part of your life. It's not a choice.
Sure, Greer chose to use the first time, but doctors say her brain was hijacked by drugs.
People suffering from addiction, they come in after having multiple harmful consequences to them. They end up saying, you know, I am not choosing this.
Dr. Vinicius Teixeira is a psychiatrist. He says addiction is a chronic disease similar to diabetes in that people can have a genetic predisposition to it and environmental and behavioral factors can aggravate it.
It's not black and white.
Sheila Miller sees clients at Life Treatment Center in South Bend.
There's a theory called the feeling state theory, and basically what that theory says is that people that use are not necessarily addicted to the drug as much as they're addicted to the feeling state.
Science shows drugs take over the part of a person's brain that controls pleasure. Addicts cannot control the urge. They need the drug to feel normal. They can stop using, but like many diseases, it takes intense treatment and strong support to quit.
Sometimes they'll come in because they had that jarring experience where I just overdosed and I need help, but even then it wears off. Thinking about somebody that had a heart attack, just because they had a heart attack, so it might jar them and they might start eating a little bit right and they might start losing a little bit weight. But then they start, you know, the fear kind of subsides and then they start to eat a little bit of the things that they shouldn't eat and they stop exercising like they should, and it's kind of the same thing in recovery. If you're not moving forward in your recovery, if you're just standing still and not doing anything, you might not know it, but you're going backwards.
This is Athena.
It will be a lifelong battle for Greer.
That does not mean I don't think about it.
Greer's fight is one she is finally winning. 17 months clean. It's a journey she admits has not been easy.
It's been long. It's been a really long process.
She now has a place to live, custody of her sons, and a good job. And she's determined never to go back.
Come from that darkest point to like a bright point in my life and to like know like I have everything, you know? It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling.
Dr. Teixeira says recovery should include a 12-step program and substance abuse counseling. He says the addicts should also deal with any underlying mental health issues and surround themselves with a strong support system. He says people trying to stop on their own have a 60 to 90% chance of relapse. In the studio, Kristen Bean, WSBT 22 News.